Hi, my name is Nathan, and in this week's Tech Tuesday video, we're going to be taking a look at episode 2 of the SONA Payment Gateway, and more specifically, utilizing a payment link. So what is a payment link? A payment link is something that you can attach to an invoice to send to your customers so they can easily pay upon receiving it. We can also use it to save the unwanted game of phone tag looking to complete a payment. A payment link is here for you to help make it easier for customers to do business with you and take payments. So come check it out.
All right, so once you've successfully connected with an account executive here at SONA, and we get you all set up with our SONA Payment Gateway, and once you've logged in for the first time, you'll be presented at this home screen. So today we're going to be covering how to create and utilize a payment link to facilitate and accept a transaction. So once you've signed in, we're going to head on to the left-hand side and look for something called Collect Checkout. Once we get to Collect Checkout, we're going to go to Button Generator. So now this is where you can dictate what information you want to grab upon completing the transaction. So this solution and payment link has two different ways you can dictate a price. Number one is it has the ability to put in a product. So if you were selling a service, say for $1,000, and it was, say, coaching, what you would be able to do is creating a coaching inventory item. It will dictate a price, and then you can select your product and then add it to create a link. Or what you're able to do is make something called a variable link. So what a variable link looks like for you is sending over a payment link, and your customers are going to put in the sale amount that's on their invoice. And that way they can move on and complete the transaction. So another thing that's really nice about this solution is we're able to customize the data that we're going to capture upon the checkout. So for example, if we're dealing with invoices, we're going to want to capture an invoice number for easy reconciliation. So we'll make this one required. We'll make the first name and the last name required as well. And then you have the ability to also redirect your customers upon completing the transaction, whether it be to your website or another spot. And then if the customer was to cancel the sale, you can also redirect them to their website. So you kind of have the ability to control what happens after the transaction with your customers. So we have some information selected that we're going to show you that we're going to capture. And now what I'm going to do is create the link. So once you put in your description, so for here, I'm just putting invoice amount. And today we're focusing on a variable link. So I will click add, create button checkout. Now you're going to have three different options for utilizing this link to take payment. Number one is going to be the QR code. So you're able to download this QR code, you can print it off, and customers can scan it if you're putting it at a front door, on a table, on a desk, if you're a service provider working one-on-one with somebody. Another thing that I see a lot of our customers doing is pasting an actual link onto their invoicing solution. So they put a little verb and it says, please pay here. And then your customers will click this link and be redirected. Another thing you're able to do, and this is more specifically on the variable link side, is have a checkout button. So you have the ability to have a button. When pushed, it's going to redirect you to the payment link where your customers can input a price, an invoice amount, and any data you want to capture. Additionally, if we had a product suite, we could utilize this button and have various different buttons on your website for each product and services that you're fulfilling to your customers to complete a payment. So let's take a look at what this payment link looks like now. So if I head to the clipboard and copy it, and let's do a paste, your customers will be prompted here. So now what we're able to do is put in an invoice amount. So let's say our invoice was $1,200. Next, our invoice number is going to be 1234. My name is Nathan, and my last name is McKay. So once we filled these all out and everything's all green, your customers will continue to the checkout. Now, this is where they'll put in their credit card information and their personal information to complete the transaction. And so your customer will be emailed a copy of the receipt, and in the back end of the settings of the SONA Gateway, you're able to make sure that you also get an email notification upon a payment being received. So that way you can stay on top of your payments.
Well, that's it. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Tech Tuesday video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to info@sonapay.ca and speak to one of our representatives today to get set up with a payment link.